I'd like to call the order of the Pleasant Grove City Council this February the 2nd, 2021, and welcome everyone that's come here. We have all of our council members present, along with a majority of our executive staff. And again, especially all those who have joined this evening. We haven't had a crowd in here, and we're probably kind of pushing our protocols a little bit, but we appreciate everybody being here.
Their family.
Their family. That's
Just
one house.
One house.
So we'll start this evening by Councilmember Anderson giving us the Pledge of Allegiance, after which we'll have opening remarks by our City Attorney, Tina Peterson.
Okay. Please repeat the pledge after me.
Our Father in heaven, we gather together this evening to express our thanks unto Thee for the beautiful place in which we live, for the peace and safety in which we live. We're grateful for the opportunity we have to come together to discuss city business and ask that Thy Spirit will be with us, that we will be able to do so in a manner civil to one another, and that we might do things in the best interest of the citizens of Pleasant Grove. And we humbly say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Tina and Diana. We'll now, approval of tonight's meeting agenda. We have a few changes on our consent items. We will not be addressing item 7B, and our two public hearings this evening have been continued till our next board meeting, February the 16th. Anything else on that, Scott?
No, that's it.
Okay, so if that, ask for a motion for approval of our meeting agenda.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve tonight's meeting agenda.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Councilmember Anderson.
Okay.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now, we have come to item number 5, and would ask if, Scott, do you want to introduce our new fire chief and have him come forward?
Let's have Drew come up. Drew, if you come up. We'll bring up some others here in just a minute, but.
Not every day we get to do this.
Mayor, Council, Chief Thomas retired last week, and in the process, we opened this job up internally to see who we had interested, and through the process, Drew Ingeman was the choice to be appointed fire chief here in Pleasant Grove. So the process is the council, mayor makes the appointment with advice and consent of the city council, then he'll take the oath, and then it will be all official. So with that, let's, if you want to invite up spouse or kids or whoever as you, let's do the appointment first.
Okay.
Then we'll invite them up and he'll be sworn in.
So,
Go
council,
ahead, stand right
I would like a motion to appoint Drew as our new fire chief.
Go ahead.
Please go.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Andrew Ingeman as the fire chief.
Thank you. We have a motion by Councilman Anderson. A second?
Second.
Oh, second by Councilmember Williams. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I guess it's done. You are now our new fire chief.
Wow. Thank you.
So if we could have your family come up that you'd like to.
Oh, my wife, and then,
So Drew, we're going to have you stand over here.
okay, I can have,
We'll have Kathy come up here.
you wanna come? I know, I got all my kids here, but I got a ton of, we don't wanna drag everybody up here. They can watch me back there, they're big boys and girls, so they're all okay.
Oh,
Oh, Jessica, you wanna come out? You wanna come out?
yeah.
Hey, all my kids, I guess. Haley, Cole, Kate, Wyatt. Want to do them? Hey, Lydia, why don't you come on up? Yes. Sorry, they just,
It is what it is, Drew.
If you guys stand here facing this way. You too. And then Kathy's going to stand here, she'll administer the oath.
Ready? Now raise your right arm and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Andrew Ingeman,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Utah,
the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Now it's totally official.
Get a picture of mayor, council, and,
You could have them just shift this way,
sorry, I don't remember your
and
name.
then we can be in the back. Was that?
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
I'm not.
If I stand next to the mayor, I look short.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and we are kind of missing Todd and Councilman Lamar.
Do I need to stand on the desk? Is that,
Okay,
that's about all I got.
1, 2, 3, awesome.
Okay, we're going to give Drew the floor just for a minute. We'll give you a
That's fine,
minute to
yeah.
say a couple things, and then we'll adjourn, so, well, your family can adjourn.
Yeah.
We'll take that. You guys get on with it.
Get a free jail or no?
No, this is perfect.
I'm not much of a speaker talker guy, but I'd write just a couple things down real quick. First of all, truly, mayor and council, I'm truly humbled and proud to be able to represent Pleasant Grove as their new fire chief. Want to thank you guys just for all your support through this whole process, and not only for me, but for our department, and in general, also the city. I think we have a great place. All these city directors, all the directors we have, they're awesome to work with. We got a great place to come when we meet. They're great to get along with. So, thank you for getting those people and doing what they do. So, hopefully, I can attribute or give back something and make this good. Roughly 13 years ago, I think we were just getting near the end of we were still volunteer, kind of a part-time paid type department at that time, which really isn't that long ago. And because of your guys' support from back then and even now, with your vision, your support, your help, helping do this, we have evolved to where we are today. And I think we've got a great department. I mean, hands down, I think we have one of the greatest departments. We have some of the greatest guys that, men and women that work for us. And, some of them back there, they can all stand up if they want, just so they know who they are.
Oh, they're just getting a
If
call.
they're gonna get a call, they're probably gonna leave.
Of course.
They did that on purpose, But we've got some great men and women, and I want them to know that I support them, and I love them, and that, we will always watch out for their safety. Health and safety will be one of our number one things that we do. We have, I just want to thank, all those guys. Thank you guys, once again for what you guys have done. I want you to know that we will always do our best. We'll always give the best possible care, best possible service to our citizens of Pleasant Grove, and that we'll always strive, to do better every day. That we'll always look for things to do to improve ourselves and become those people that we want to be the firefighters and paramedics that we are. So thank you. And at the end, I want to thank my family, my wife, just for all their support. I get like the bad. I'm terrible at this, but thank them very much. They've been awesome through this whole process and what they've done for me and what they've done. So thank you, Mayor and Council. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Drew. Any other comments from any council? Okay, well, thank you, Drew. We'll look forward to you joining us every council meeting. That's, so. Okay. Now move on to, those who came with Drew can, don't feel, you can be excused now if you want to, but hey, we have an exciting meeting tonight, so anyway, so. We'll probably go till 11 o'clock, so stick around, so. No, so it's, okay, we'll now move into item number 7, our consent items for this evening.
Mayor, yeah, we
Yes.
need to have our open session, item 6.
Oh, yes, excuse me, thank you. You're correct on that. We will go to our open session and then ask those who would like to come forward and address the council at this time. Come forward.
Yeah, Scott. Denise.
Geez, you let me get away with that. Thanks. Flew right through it.
Hi again, Denise Trickler. I'm just wondering, I'm curious, how, have you guys heard anything back about how the deer harvest went in Pleasant Grove, the city deer? Have you heard anything about how many they got or anything like that?
Scott has we'll let him address that.
So this year they got 13 total. They got a little bit of a late start. This year I've received a few calls of people that have deer in their yards, and so we're writing those addresses down. Each year they can take up to 100 deer when they do it, so
Okay.
that's where we're at.
Just wondering. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I brought some kids with me and they wanted me to introduce them. So obviously, you know me, I work for City of Pleasant Grove, but we've been working with the Hope Squad, which has been really awesome because they also do suicide prevention. They help with some QPR trainings and they also train the students in, good coping skills and do assemblies and do presentations. And they also are doing a really fun thing this month that's kind of a part of what Kindness Month is, but it's also a statewide Hope Squad day. So I'm gonna let them tell you about it because they're way cooler than I am.
So I don't know if you mentioned this, but we'd like to thank you for last year you declared February 12th Day of Hope for Pleasant Grove City, and this is a statewide thing, as she said. And what that is just bringing awareness to mental health, as she said, and just trying to bring the community that to the forefront of our community's mind, to be able to be aware of that and the issues that it brings, but also the good that we can do with this cool celebration that we have.
Wait, say your name.
Oh, I'm Charlie Farley.
Okay. And then say your name too.
I'm Bailey Giles. So throughout the city, we're going to be hanging up ribbons and signs and handing out flyers and stuff to help bring awareness. And then also, if you go to our Instagram, it's at pghs.hopesquad, and it will give you information on what we're going to do throughout the week. So we're going to ask the city to do 3 things. So it's like do an act of service for someone, send a text to someone you love, and then share about on social media about someone who brings you hope. So if you need more information on that, like I said, go to our Instagram, and then we're trying to do a hashtag share the light around Utah with our Hope Squad. So if you guys can get that out there too, that'd be amazing.
Wonderful.
I'm Coral. Many of you guys know I'm Jody's daughter. She's the front. She's pretty cool. But my mom was like, you should tell him. But okay, so we are doing for what we're doing for our school is we're doing a different thing every day so that can spread hope. As many know, like for me, like I feel like this year has been really hard, especially with like masks and COVID. But I think this will be really good. So Monday we want to post about someone who gives you hope on any social media. Post about someone that you feel like gives you hope and gives you light. Tuesdays, pay for the car behind you in the drive-thru. So if you're just, I mean, even if it's like $5 off, like it can make someone's day. Wednesday is send a text to someone you love. We don't have school that day, sadly, so just write a text to someone that you are thinking about or that you care about. Thursdays, post your favorite inspirational quote on social media, and even if you don't have social media, you can share it to someone. And then Fridays, wear yellow and spread hope. So we just want to have everyone wear yellow on Friday so that we can really spread that day because it's February 12th. So, yeah.
Thank you. Sid, you
Mayor,
know,
yeah, permission to speak?
you bet.
Okay. I wanted to recognize two teachers in the back and would like them to come up. Linda Duncombe and Cassie Farley. Cassie is a teacher of the Hope Squad and Linda is the Kindness Club. And these two ladies are amazing teachers, and not only for what they do for the students, but also the community. And I just want to recognize them and have you guys come up and, like I said, be formally recognized. Anything that you ladies would like to say about the students, the club, your efforts, what you're trying to do?
Oh, I love Hope Squad. It's my favorite class at the school for sure. Just because these kids, you can tell, right, from the minute they step up, they're like passionate about helping people. And I don't know if you guys know about Hope Squad, very much about it, but we ask all the kids in the high school, if you were struggling, who are 3 people you would trust to talk to? And then we put all those names through a computer system and we take the top 40 kids, we put them in our class, and we train them what to do if somebody's struggling. What to say, who do we point them to get them the help they need. So it's an awesome program, and lucky us that we get to partnership with the city and have their support. So it's awesome. I can't say enough good about it. So we're grateful for your support.
This is a wonderful group to be involved in. We are so grateful that we have this opportunity to be with these young people. They teach us. They are the ones that are outgoing into the community. In fact, the last, was it hour or 3? I don't remember how many hours on Instagram tonight. There's someone that they were concerned about, and back and forth it was, we could do this and we need to do this and this person will do this. And it was amazing, and this is what these kids do without being told. They just do it because they're wonderful kids.
Well, thank you to each of you, and remind me, where can we find the days of the week of the different days that are being for the themes?
The Instagram, it's pghs.hopesquad. So.
Sid, do you know what we were hoping? That we can send you some stuff that
Absolutely.
you'll post on yours.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Anything I can do to help.
And if you can take one more second, one of
You
you
bet.
should please explain about the presentations that you're doing in the other classes, because that's awesome. Charlie?
You got it, Charlie.
Okay, so we're going to be, on that day, or on that week actually, we're gonna be giving some presentations at school in the classes. And we're gonna be talking about just some things you can do to help out with stress. Just a short little thing, just to try and lift up the students at the high school, so. Yeah.
Is there anything else that the council would like to make any comments?
Thank you.
So thank you, and you guys are welcome anytime to come and see us. In fact, it's been a delight to have you this evening. Thank you. So is anyone else like to come forward and address the council? If not, we'll close our open session and move on to item 7, our consent items this evening. And the consent items are city council minutes of January the 5th to 2021 and council minutes of January the 19th, 2021. And in C, to consider approval for payment request number 3 to JLR Contractors for Veterans Memorial Park Expansion Project and Pickleball Courts.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve tonight's consent items A and C.
We have a motion by Councilmember Williams. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilmember Bullock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have no board, commission, or committee appointments or presentations this evening, and our two public hearings have been continued to next council meeting. So we'll move right into our action items. 11A, to consider for approval site plan amendment for the Leahona Preparatory Academy, be adding an addition that will include a performance hall and additional classroom space on property located at approximately 2464 West, 450 South in the Grove Zone, mixed housing subdivision, Sam White's Lane neighborhood. And Director, would you want to enlighten us a little more on this one?
Mayor, Council, while we wait, there we go. Let me connect to the screen so we can see a couple of images that I prepared for you guys. Fantastic. I think it's not working. There we go. All right, Mayor, Council, as we can see this aerial view, this is the Leahona Preparatory Academy. Are you guys familiar with the location of it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's on 450 South, and this right here, this is our boundary with American Fork. What the proposal is, as the mayor mentioned it, is an addition to an existing building. I'm gonna get a little closer to this. There we go. This building right now, that's where the classes are taking place. And as you guys can see right here, there's a little bit of it's a concrete pad that they use for hopefully to play soccer in it, but I doubt it, but I hope.
They do.
They do? That's fantastic. That's, as a kid, we grew up playing soccer in basketball fields, right? Anyway, in Mexico. But here, what happened, what they're doing is, the size of this building is a little shy of 12,000 square feet. It's 11,800. What they're proposing to build right here is a performance hall or an auditorium, and the size of it is 12,000 square feet. So it's kind of like similar, the size of this building is just gonna mirror right here. Let's take a look at a couple of images that I have right here for you. That's the area, the site plan. This square right here is the building that is existing, and this building a little darker, or this is the footprint of the new building. Like I mentioned it, the building will host 6 new classrooms. It will be a 2-story building. We'll have 6 new classrooms and 460 seats. As you guys can see, that is the first story, and the second story, we're gonna have a little bit of like a mezzanine right here with more seating and 4 more classrooms. The architectural features of the elevation of the building is gonna be like this right there, like those images that are shown right there. The parking didn't increase because the classes are for students that don't drive, so they're for kids. So the parking that they have right there, it's enough for what they're proposing. There's just a couple things that we need to make emphasis on this project. Number one is, we know when there's a school, there's always I don't want to say an issue, but there's a situation with pick up and drop off times, and this line that happens. So with our engineering department, we actually work on a design, and it looks like this, okay? Right here is 450 South. During pickup and drop-off hours, the entrance is gonna be on 2500 West. On the road, there is the boundary with American Fork, and we're gonna use all this as a stacking, and the exits are gonna be right here. So with that, we hope to avoid a problem with stacking cars on public roads. Another thing that is important to mention is that This auditorium is quite big, 460 seats, but it's for right now, the use is proposed for school use only. So this auditorium at this time cannot be rented for a third-party play or third-party type of use. The applicant can request to do that, but in order to do that, he will have to get a parking agreement with the neighbors. Because once this auditorium, and I'm going to go back to the image, once this auditorium is used for third-party events, then enough parking needs to be provided for the people that are going to use it. Therefore, the applicant, again, he can do it, but he will have to talk to probably their kind neighbors on the south.
Is that a church?
Yeah, there's a church right there, or people around right here. And under a conditional use permit, he can do a type of a shared parking agreement. But again, at this point, it can only be used for school functions.
What about like a school performance and parents come,
Yeah.
same thing, they have to get a permit to?
No. Right now, for school, any type of use for the school performance,
Yeah.
it's allowed.
Well, obviously they're gonna have to get with the church though, for parking, right? Because 400 and, yeah.
But it's allowed right now because it's for the use of the school. Does that make sense? Am I clear on that? Okay. But once, for example, if they want to rent it to a theater company or something else, then they will have to get a parking agreement with the neighbors around.
So a question, if they do have a 450,
460?
460, and that's still 200 cars.
How many parking spaces are?
Yeah, but when we do parking, it's like any other school. If you guys take a look at any other school, they have auditoriums, they have gyms that they use for it, and the parking is only for the main use. The main use is educational services. So that's the type of parking that we provide, that is provided for this. Eventually, they're gonna have 1 or 2 events on the year, but we don't plan for only 2 days. We plan for the majority of the time in regards to parking. Okay, this item was proposed to the Planning Commission. I mean, the Planning Commission took a look at it. They make an administrative decision, and the Planning Commission forward sorry, that's not it. The Planning Commission forward a unanimous recommendation of approval because the project meets the setbacks and meets the requirements of the zone. Okay? That's what I have.
Any other questions, council? Thank you for your questions. So do we have our applicant here this evening? Would you like to come forward and, yes? And you're Bruce?
I am not Bruce. Bruce is the architect on the project.
Okay, what was your name?
My name is Jordan Long, and
Okay.
I am the administrator at the school
Okay.
and the owner as well.
It looks like a nice building there, so.
Thank you. We're
So
excited for
are
it.
you using it for your productions in the school, is that?
Yeah, and additional classrooms is a big thing as well. We do a lot of theater at the school, and right now they don't have anywhere to perform or rehearse or do any of that. So we're excited to have this addition there. And to touch on the parking agreement as well, we're already well into the process with, so the church across the street there, they actually share their parking with a business park building there, and that's who we're talking with, and we just need to sign a couple papers there, and that'll be in place as well.
Oh, okay.
So we're pretty close on that one.
Any other questions, council, for the applicant?
No, thrilled. What a beautiful opportunity for the students.
Thank you. We're excited for it.
Yeah, you guys come a long way from the old seminary building up to
We
junior
have.
high.
So I graduated from that building.
Oh,
I
really?
was a student there myself, yes, about 15 years ago. So
Oh, it's a great family,
come a long ways.
great idea, wonderful service to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with that, I ask for a motion to,
Mayor, I make a motion for approval of the site plan amendment for Leona Preparatory Academy by adding an addition that will include a performance hall and additional classroom space on property located approximately 2464 West, 450 South. No, I'm reading the wrong one.
No,
No,
that's
I'm
it.
right. Okay, south in the Grove Zone Mixed Housing Subdistrict.
I have a motion from Councilmember Jensen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Anderson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now move to 11B, to consider granting a local consent for an on-premise beer recreational license and approval of the on-premise rental retail Class B license for the Hobbyist LLC, doing business as a Premier Throwing located at 564 West, 700 South in the Manufacturing District Zone, Sam White Lanes neighborhood.
Mayor and council, we've been approached by a local business, Premier Throwing, for two things. So when you make the motion, we need to have it contain the local consent so they can get a state license, and then also approval of the on-premise beer retail license for us. They have completed all of the requirements necessary. They have paid their application fee. They have a current business license for the primary business. In your packet, it outlines the restrictions on an on-premise beer retailer in terms of storage, sale, service, and consumption. There are some hours that they are limited to. There's no consumption of beer on the premises after 2 a.m. or before 10 a.m., and they can't remove an open container of beer from the premises. I don't think I have anything else to tell you unless you have some questions. They are trying to expedite this. That's the reason for having the local consent and our local business license on at the same time. Our license will not be effective if they don't obtain the state. So.
Okay. Any other questions for council?
Is this we do this in the same motion? The
You can
two
do it in the
separate?
same motion, or you can
we
do two
separate?
separate ones. Either
Okay.
one. I just want to make sure the wording is that
Okay.
we're authorizing the mayor to sign the local consent for the state application. And if the council decides to approve this business license application for the on-premise beer license, we just need to make it clear that we're doing both actions.
Okay.
No questions.
Is our applicant here this evening? John, you want to come forward and see if the council has any questions, or if you want to add anything to what you're doing? And we're just trying to pinpoint where you're located or what building
Good
you're
evening,
in.
everyone. I'm West 700 South, so we are in the business district. I don't know if you've driven by, but Blade HQ would be the building in front of mine. I am sort of towards the back wall there. It's a recreational facility, primarily axe throwing. We do billiards and just kind of a gathering place for everyone to hang out. The application for the beer license is just so I have an additional revenue source coming into the business, and I don't want to go anything above that, to be honest. I would really like the simplicity of that license for this business.
So how many pool tables?
2, sir.
Yes, bring it on.
Hey. You gotta
it's a
have
throwdown.
beer if you got pool. So,
John, tell them where you hail from.
I hail from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, sir. I came here in November to take over a business and revamp. If you guys will, all are welcome to come in, but I do have a beautiful landscape of Pleasant Grove itself. The G is almost identically in the center of the business, so I'm glad to be here and make this home.
Wonderful.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, council.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, thank you. We
Thank you.
welcomed you to our community.
Oh, thank you very much, Mayor.
Okay. So that, do I have a motion? Councilmember Anderson, you going to make that motion?
Yeah.
I would love to. I'll make a motion that we grant local consent for an on-premise beer recreational license, and we approve the on-premise retail Class B license for the Hobbyist, as read by the mayor.
Okay, we have a
Second.
motion by Councilmember Anderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Jensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll move to 11C. Consider for adoption Resolution 2021-06, authorizing the mayor to execute a commissioned printing agreement with Eric Dow, DBA American Art Enterprises LLC, for the printing of the Pleasant Grove City commercial, historical, and current places, people, and business significant to the community, and providing for an effective date.
Administrator.
Scott.
You can call me Scott. That's actually the preferred way to go. We talked about this in work session, and my recommendation would be that the city council approve this for the original size that we had talked about, which would be the 32 by 40 at $50,000. If they choose not to do that, then this agreement will go away. We'll negotiate the next agreement. We'll bring it back to you in 2 weeks. So that if they agree, if I talk to them and they agree to the parameter, then we can just get going and not have to bring it back in 2 weeks. So if the council's comfortable with that, you can choose to adopt it under those parameters. Tina, is that fine to do it that way? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Scott? Then I ask for a motion.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2021-06, authorizing the mayor to execute a commissioned painting agreement with Eric Dowdle, DBA Americana Art Enterprises LLC, for the painting of Pleasant Grove City, commemorating historical and current places, people, and business significant to the community, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Williams. Do I have a second?
Can we, as part of that, make it clear that we're asking for the 32 by 40 size painting for $50,000?
As read by Administrator Darrington,
Thank you.
3240 by 40.
And we have a second by Councilmember Bullock. This will be a roll call vote on this one, and we'll start out with Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Bullock.
Yes.
Councilmember Jensen.
Yes.
Councilmember Lamone.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. Passes none. That finishes all of our action items for this evening. And I think we have one other item we didn't get time to discuss in our work session, and that was what the council wants to do. Now, I know Sid's worked with the committee up at our school, and thank you, Sid, for the work you've done there with the Valley View patrons. And we have a letter put together. I just want to have this discussion. Do we want to move forward with that, or do we hold and save our political capital for another day when this comes up? So I need your thoughts and see where you want to go.
Permission to speak.
Yes.
We would like to, the parents committee that I've been working with would like to move forward with the letter because the decision has not been made final yet by the board. And so we want to continue moving forward and just showing our support for not consolidating. So at their request, they would like to continue the support since the board has not made the final decision, which will be in April.
Okay, you guys okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, Sid, they don't need to worry about anything. I know the board isn't, but after my discussion with the superintendent last Friday afternoon when he called me, he says it's off for a while, but it'll come back again, but we're fine with that, and I'll pass this. Make sure you get it signed before you leave this evening. Thanks, Sid, again for your work with the, we're glad you're up in that neighborhood there. And hey, I did tell Tina when we can get those, and I don't know if she told you about if both you and her would take in 6 5-year-olds, we'd have the numbers up by 12 for the next 5 years, so.
That's true.
I mean,
It's a good point.
if I had a couple 5-year-olds, I'd probably give them to you, so anyway, but
Maybe we could use some of that care money to give them, to pay them to do that.
So, anyway, but that'll be a battle for another day. So we'll, Scott, would you like to review our agenda for our next meeting?
We have our 2 continued items, which was the budget amendment and then also changing the downtown parking requirement. And then on top of that, we have resolution for a reimbursement agreement for the Mill Ditch project that Marty's been talking about, that we've had some approvals on. So that's all we have for right now. We'll probably have a couple more things, but
Okay.
that's where we're at today.
So with that, Brent, do you have anything else for the council this evening?
No, thank you.
Councilman Williams.
You know, I just have one. I spent the morning at UVU at the region drill competition. Our Vikets looks like they're going to go to state on Thursday.
Wow.
But that's not really why I'm speaking. I'm getting there. At that event, I ran into Mary Hawkins, the wife of Representative John Hawkins, to get an update. If you don't know, he's been critically ill with COVID. They thought he was doing a little bit better. Yesterday, he developed a hole in his lung, and they had to put a tube into his chest, into his lungs to kind of seal that. He could continue to use thoughts and prayers from all of us. So,
Thank you for that update.
Yep.
Eric.
February 11th is the Chamber's Awards Gala. I know one member is going to be out of town. You're going to be there. Mayor's going to be there. I don't know about you two gentlemen over here.
the 11th, is that what you said?
11th at 6:30 at Stonegate. So that's us recognizing Pleasant Grove and Linden businesses for outstanding service.
It's at what time?
6:30.
Okay, that'd be
It's
great.
best dress.
Okay,
Or you can even wear your tux if you
Black
want.
tie?
Todd. Black tie.
okay. It's on my calendar.
Okay.
Okay, you're
Thanks,
gonna be
Eric.
the only one in the tux.
No, that's it. That's all I have.
Councilmember Anderson.
Just briefly, I actually last night went to the UVU women's volleyball game, and Pleasant Grove High School was very well represented on the court, and they won. They beat Seattle. So I love those teams that forever have been just dynasties in the town. So we've got a lot of good people coaching our kids.
Sid.
Not at this time, thank you.
Well, we've got a week off here coming up, and then February the 16th, and then we'll have our retreat that Friday, so another week we'll be busy. So if there's, but thank you all and hey, let's just be kind to each other. It is Kindness Month. I do have my shirt. So, just our young people are so great. I mean, they're just, I can't say enough. I don't know. They are just exceptional young people nowadays and are really stepping up to the thing there. But we do have a lot of things that need help on in our community to show more kindness and are with our Hope Squad and for the mental health of all of our residents and especially our youth. So we hope we will continue to be aware of that and keep them in our prayers too. With that, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Jensen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Williams. All in favor?